Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. The interest rates started going up and the market started slowing down dramatically about 15 or 18 months ago. And we did a live stream where I very emphatically said the real estate market is not going to crash. Values are not going to tank. And here's how I know that. And I went through several data points on the air, and we had several 100,000 of you watch that live stream, and we covered some of that on the air here to let you know that the real estate market values were not going to tank because a whole bunch of people were really upset that interest rates had gone up. They felt that the system had cheated them and they were not going to be able to buy a home. They were frozen out of the home market, and they would sit on the sidelines and wait on the real estate market to crash and go down in value. And I explained to you why it was not going to go down in value, and it was a very simple proposition, except I went into great detail. I'm not going to do right now. But basically it works like this. When there is a shortage of an item, it's called supply-demand curve in economics. If you had a decent economics class in the 7th grade, you learned this, okay? The supply-demand curve works like this. When there is an oversupply of an item versus the demand, more if you got a glut in the market, if you can get them anywhere easily, there's not a shortage, prices go down. When there's a shortage of an item or a service in the market, a scarcity, prices versus demand, prices go up. That's basic economics, okay? So items that are scarce go up more often than not. Items that are easily available, readily available, widely available, there's too many of them produced, go down in value. Does that make sense? Everybody kind of knows that. That's kind of common sense if you think about it. So here's the deal. There is less inventory of homes for sale versus the number of buyers today than there has been in 25 years. There's a shortage of housing versus the demand. Zero chance prices are going to go down on houses during that time. I said that 18 months ago. Told everybody that. Dave, that video is not going to age well. After the crash, you're going to have to come back and tell people you were wrong. Well, instead, I'm here going, nah. I freaking know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a difference, all right? I know a little about that stuff. I've got a degree in real estate. I've been buying real estate since before any of you were born. So, hardly any of you. So spring is upon us. It's predicted to be another busy time for real estate. This is some stuff we just picked up out of the press. Average interest rates for 15-year fixed-rate mortgages are at 6.16% right now, down from 7 and some change just a few weeks ago. So interest rates are trending down. Total housing inventory at the end of January was up 2% and up 3% from a year ago. Unsold inventory still sits at a 3-month supply. And there is a tremendous number of new listings coming. So we're starting to see some supply come back into the market. That's what we're seeing. But we're also seeing buyers come back into the market that were sidelined waiting on interest rates to go down or waiting on the crash.
And for people who don't believe that, I bid on a house a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and I got outbid by 4 different buyers.
There's a lot of multiple contracts are coming back. That's what the National Association of Realtors is reporting this. Okay, low inventory has driven the median home price up to an all-time high. Prices went up. They didn't crash. You were wrong. They went up to an all-time high of $379,000. That's the median home price in America. In February, homes went from being listed to going under contract in 17 days, and they were at 27 days. So they're selling faster. The market is heating back up. And the slight move in interest rate down, the grass getting green in some of the markets, We're seeing the real estate market heat back up. We're seeing multiple offers in big markets like Nashville again. And let me tell you, I got my real estate license in 1978. The number of years during that, between 1978 and now, that you put a home on the market and you got multiple offers, it's been a very rare time. But prior to 2020, we were seeing some of it. And then, of course, after Fauci's pandemic, we saw people go crazy. And they came out of their homes. They were quarantined and came out looking for new houses like a Baptist looking for a casserole. They were everywhere, man. They were running around like crazy and drove prices ridiculously up in 20 and out of control. I mean, like 89 offers on a weekend, that kind of stuff. All right, that y'all remember that. That was just that's just like two and a half years ago, okay? And then it chilled. It just stopped. And the market has it's continued to move, but it's very slow. The volume has been very slow, but still demand has exceeded supply, and we've seen prices go up. And now that the market's heating back up a little bit, now we've yet again got even more demand than supply, and we're seeing multiple offers again. So if you are thinking about selling a house, this is an excellent time to sell a house.
As a guy who's trying to buy one, please sell your house.
If you're thinking about buying a house today, you're out of debt, you have your down payment, you're ready to go, and the only thing you're waiting on is the real estate prices to come down or the interest rates to come down, don't wait. Go buy a house right now if you're ready, because the prices aren't going to come down, and if the interest rates come down, you can just refinance. So you marry the house, you date the rate. That's how that works. The rate is temporary. The house is dead. So here's the thing. Median house price, all-time high in history right now. Interesting. And you thought 2020 was crazy. And you thought 2021 was crazy. All right, I'm telling you, I'm not predicting it to go nuts again, but the idea that some of you are still sitting around waiting on this market to correct is hilariously stupid. You're that wrong. And Dave, that's not going to age well. Hey, I've aged pretty well in general. There's a couple things I've missed it on, but I pretty much call it on a lot of these things. I told you Bitcoin was a scam. I told you from the start, even when all of you people that joined Bitcoin, like some people joined Mary Kay, y'all were driving me nuts, yelling and screaming at me like I'd insulted your Jesus or something. It's crazy. And it was a dadgum scam, and we knew it was a scam from the start. We knew it was a horrible idea, and yet you walked around acting like you're sophisticated, and Dave Ramsey just doesn't understand. Let me tell you guys, this is what's happening with real estate. I promise you, you can look up this particular YouTube 5 years from now, and you're going to go, yeah, that old fart was right again. That's what you're going to do. It's exactly what you're going to do. So prices are going to go up. Rates are going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. They always have, and they always will. The only rate that you cannot adjust is mine. My interest rate on my mortgage is 0 because I don't have a mortgage. That's the only one you can control. So get the house paid off. Go to RamseySolutions.com. Get you a Ramsey trusted agent to buy a house or to sell a house right now. And quit believing all this fear-mongering bullcrap that's out there. Listen, the market is slow, but demand still exceeds supply, and it has still driven us to an all-time high median price on house. Those are facts. That's called data. If you don't agree with that, you're what's known as wrong. Seriously. So if you're going to buy a house or sell a house, best time's right now. I told you that same thing 18 months ago, and I was right then, too. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.